What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have this 2011. It's a Lexus RX450 hybrid, and the customer came with the ABS light on, and I pulled some codes on this. We have this very famous code right here. It's C1391 leak in accumulator abnormal. So what basically this code means is that the ABS is losing pressure in the brakes, not on the what you call it, the oil or leaking like that. No, that's different. Since this car is a hybrid, um, it needs to have constant pressure in the brakes. So when you brake, you have really smooth braking, the power brake, and for that it uses a motor to accumulate the pressure and give you smooth braking, and also called the power braking. So one of the symptoms on these cars is if you open the hood, you're gonna hear your pump actuating like probably every 30 seconds. So that will mean that it's losing pressure. This is the accumulator. Actually, let me see if this is gonna be the, I believe, the accumulator or the pump. And you know what? No, this is the accumulator. This is the one that accumulates the pressure in there. And we have the motor at the bottom, right there, down there. This is gonna be the ABS unit, where the lines go all for the tires. So there's a leak in here or in the block, somewhere here. No, not in the block, but somewhere here. Alright, so let's see if it does it again. Well, it does it like every 30 seconds here. So the real issue. Alright, so the fix for this will be to replace this whole unit right here. It comes together, and I was doing some digging. This is not a cheap part. Actually, if you go to the dealership, they're gonna charge you $2,500 plus for this, and I've heard they have like a program for that to help you, because it should be factory warranty on this if you still have it. But yeah, this is gonna be an expensive repair because it comes all together. You can replace this alone, but then you run the issue. It might not be this the issue, or it could be something in the block. But yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some calls, see if we can get a used part, because with low mileage, and if I get the part, then I'll film the process on changing this and also fixing the problem. Alright, so I'll see you in a little bit. Alright guys, so the customer actually already approved the job, and here is the part you're gonna need. This is the whole assembly. This is the motor, this is the accumulator, and this is the control unit to actuate it. This is like a relay to connect the connections from the car here, and it's gonna actuate this. And this line right here goes to the brake, and this one is actually brake pressure, so the brake line goes here. So let me show you really quick. So this line right here goes down there. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right there, that one. And that connection for the brake, it's actually this one right here. You see it, it goes in there. So we have to remove all this. Alright people, so first what we're gonna do is we're going to remove the fluid from the reservoir, because we're gonna change it new, and I'm gonna use this suction pump to suck all the fluid out of the reservoir. We have to remove this whole assembly, and we're gonna disconnect also the connection for the module. Gotta leave it empty, that way we can minimize the fluid dropping here. Okay, looks like that's enough. Okay, so now we have the fluid out already. And the next step is we're going to disconnect this, and if you have time, just leave it overnight. If it's leaking, it's gonna depressurize. That way when you remove the line in red, you have less pressure, because if you remove this just recently when you turned off the car, you're gonna have pressure here on this line. That's why it's red, because it's a high pressure line, and this line runs to the block of the ABS right here. So we have to unplug that slowly, and if you can, use some glasses, and also disconnect the battery. That way you don't have any electrical shorts or anything. I cleaned this, by the way, so that way it looks a little bit cleaner, and I'll show you more in detail what's going on. Alright, so I already unplugged this. I'm gonna unplug the motor, the module for the ABS now. You can use a screwdriver, I believe. It's just pull. Yeah, like that. You gotta pull and then extract like this. Then you have some clips under. Those clips under, they have like a clip under. Alright, so now I'm going to transfer this part over here. So I'm gonna take some time because I don't think it has any like bolts, just holding with some plastic supports. So I'm gonna work on this, and I'll be back once I have this, and I'll install it and then show you the procedure for bleeding. Okay, so I already transferred everything. The new unit is ready, and when you remove this, there's a clip right here. You have to remove this clip. It holds the whole assembly. Once you release this, you just pop the motor that way and put the new one in. Now let's go in there and install this bad boy. So we are here on the step of doing the reprogramming also, because every time you change something there, I actually changed the ABS module, right? It's right there, and that's because I was losing pressure really quick. Let me show you here. I'm gonna take you to the data and show you what the problem actually was. Accumulator. So here we have the pressure for the accumulator. This is the one when you press the brake, it uses the pressure, and this is the sensor that it's all the time monitoring the pressure in the accumulator. So when you press the brake, I'm gonna press it right now, the pressure drops, and when it drops to 3.15, the motor restarts again and pressurizes the line. So before, I was having the problem that the pressure was dropping really fast. It would go all the way to 3.15 in less than 30 seconds. Like in the beginning, in the video I show you how is the symptom when it's failing. And we replaced the accumulator brand new from the dealership, and it didn't fix the problem. So what I did is I found, this is actually the original ABS unit from this car. What I found was a 2020 brake a 2020 brake module that matches the same part number. So as long as you're, let me just flip it this way, as long as yours matches this number on the top, you'll be good. So I bought that one online. It was really cheap. It was like 300 bucks, and I installed it, and look at this, the pressure is not dropping anymore. So the problem is actually internal. It has the accumulator sensor built in there, and that's probably what goes bad. And also when I was doing the learning procedure, which is the linear solenoid procedure, I'm gonna show you the code right here. It's this one. So it was failing. It's supposed to flash all the time. Here when you're doing the procedure, we're gonna select special functions, and this is the function that actually erases those lights right there, because once you replace this, you have to reprogram that. So when I was doing this with the other one, it was failing like halfway, and it will never be ready. So it says here every time you replace the ABS unit, you have to perform this reset. So let me just take you to this procedure. Press next. We're gonna apply the parking brake. Parking brake is on. We select next, and those lights are gonna start flashing once I press next. So before, I was doing this procedure and the motor will keep just spinning like every 30 seconds, and it will not set the calibration ready. So it will stop like this way, but it will keep going. But the lights must flash all the time until this procedure is done. If you don't see that, then there's a problem in there and it must be corrected. So I'm gonna wait for this procedure to be done, and I'll just keep filming. Alright, so we have 10 seconds remaining and the lights are still flashing, which is a good sign. Once it finishes, the lights must be still flashing. So we're gonna wait 1 second. There you go. The lights are flashing and it says when both lamps flash fast, calibration is completed. So press next to go back. And the lights will be on, but you have to turn erase the codes. Actually, we're gonna erase the code. Okay, no faults. So when we close the switch, we should have the ABS ready. We're just gonna give it a couple seconds. And we press the brake and let's start the vehicle and see what happens. And there we go, guys. So the light is gone. I just have the parking brake light on and it's ready to go. So I hope you liked the information, guys, on this video, because this was a really challenging fix to see what was really happening with this car. But as you saw, I show you the live data. This is the only concern that these cars have. So if you have a problem like this, I would recommend just to change the whole thing, the whole unit, because if you should just replace one thing, then it's gonna be a pain in the butt. And we see here the pressure is held normally. It's not dropping really fast like before. Like I said, it was dropping really quick, and it would also not pass the calibration procedure. Alright, so thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope you all liked the information again on this video. If you have a problem like this, I'll try to answer as many questions as I can. And also, please subscribe, comment down below, turn notifications on, and I'll see you on the next episode. JB Fix out. Bye.